Okay, hello everyone. My name is Deng. I'm from Singapore Management University, and this paper is a perspective paper, and the author is some here like Lizi, Grace, and also Zhonghua and Professor Tat-Seng Chua. And the title of this paper is Towards Human-Centered Proactive Conversational Agents. As I have highlighted, there are two main keywords in our title. One is human-centered, and the other one is proactive. So first of all, let me just review some limitations of current LLM-based conversational AI. And here I just a screenshot of a limitation from the OpenAI. And here I will mainly focus on two of them. The first one is that ideally, the model like ChatGPT will ask clarifying questions when the user provided an ambiguous query. However, the current ChatGPT and other LLM-based conversational AI usually guess what the user intended, even though the user query is ambiguous. So it means that the ChatGPT may randomly provide an answer, even though the answer is not what the user intended. And the second one is that although the OpenAI and other companies have made effort to make the model refuse inappropriate requests, the ChatGPT will sometimes respond to harmful instructions or exhibit biased behavior. This also means that the LLM-based conversational AI may seldom go against the user's instruction or intent. This is because the current LLM are typically trained to follow the user's instruction. So we can regard the current LLM-based conversational AI as some instruction following or reactive conversational AI because the conversation is typically led by the user and the system simply follow the user's instruction or intents and seldom go against them. So here we want to emphasize the importance of building some proactive conversational agent. And here is the definition. A proactive conversational agent is a conversational system that can plan the conversation to achieve the conversational goal by taking initiative and anticipating long-term impacts on themselves or human users. And actually, in last year, we have a tutorial in ACL about this proactive conversational agent. And in this tutorial, we define three key elements of proactive conversational agent. The first one is called anticipation, which requires the agent to anticipate future impacts on the task or human users, which can be a long-term goal of the conversation. And the second one is the initiative, which requires the agent to take fine-grained and diverse initiative behaviors rather than just being responsive to the users. And the third one is called planning, which requires the agent to effectively and efficiently guide the conversation towards the long-term goal. So we can have this kind of comparison between the reactive and proactive conversational AI. So we can see that for those reactive conversational AI, the topics, emotions, and views during the conversation are mostly user-oriented, and the system may passively respond to the user's question, instruction, and some chit-chat. And for those proactive conversational AI, we expect that the agent can have its own anticipation, which can be some long-term goal for the conversation. And the agent can make some planning or do some decision-making to achieve this kind of long-term goal. And also, during the conversation, the agent can also take some initiative behavior rather than just being responsive. For example, ask some clarification question, shifting topic, and some other initiative behaviors. However, there are still actually some potential issues in proactive conversational AI because the proactivity actually will risk being perceived as intrusive by human user because we may not want that our conversational AI to be so proactive that cross the boundary between the human and the AI. And here is another motivation of this perspective paper from Grace. And this picture is this cute guy is her Albert. When Grace is playing with him, Grace just realized that Albert is actually also very proactive because he will often be proactively waiting for his food by predicting the route of Grace. However, sometimes it's just not the right timing for the food. So we can see that although it is a cute action to be proactive, but it is not just as our expectation, or it is not the right timing for being proactive. So therefore, we realize that there are actually different types of proactive conversational agents in our daily life. and we will go through the categorization one by one later. But first, we would like to introduce the human-centered proactive conversational agents, which emphasize human needs and expectations, and also consider the ethical and social implications beyond just being technological capabilities. And this figure illustrates the three dimensions that we propose to be considered for human-centered proactive agents. For most of the existing studies on proactive conversational agents, they may only focus on improving the intelligent dimensions of the proactive conversational agents, including the three key elements I just introduced. And here I would like to emphasize the importance of the other two dimensions of human-centered perspectives. One of it is called the adaptivity, which includes three representative capabilities. The first one is called patience. We hope that the agent should be able to adapt and manage their pace to be proactive or take initiative behavior, rather than just being aggressive to take the proactive behaviors. And the second one is timing sensitive. The agent should take into account users' real-time needs and also some user experience. And the third one is self-awareness, which requires the agent to be aware of its own limitation and also refrain from taking initiative even if it is beyond their capacities. So to sum up, this dimension of adaptivity is more about when and how often the proactive conversational agent should take the initiative behaviors by taking into account certain human needs and certain human factors. And the other human-centered perspective is called civility, and civility is more about that the proactive conversational agent should conform to certain ethical and social norms, being trustworthy and safe and also reliable, and also cannot cross the boundary between human and the AI to control access to personal and some sensitive personal information. And based on these three dimensions, we can categorize the proactive conversational agent into 8 types. I just briefly introduced some of them. The first one is called SAGE, with high intelligence, high adaptivity, and high civility. It would be the most general type of proactive conversational agents that should be achieved. And then we also have those opponent type proactive conversational agent with high intelligence, high adaptivity, but low civility. A typical example is the conversational agent for negotiation. Some existing negotiation systems sometimes may involve some strategies that can be intrusive and potentially disrespectful to human user, such as attacking the opponent's stance and maybe insulting the opponents and something else. And we also have those kind of co-setter, or we say helicopter parents with high intelligence, low adaptivity, and low civility. For instance, some conversational recommender systems may excessively acquire users' personal information by asking many personal questions, which potentially lead to users' discomfort or a sense of intrusive. So like those kind of helicopter parents want to invade your personal life. And also it may be perceived as invasive or aggressive in its attempt to achieve their own goals. And also, we have those kind of, for example, like listener with high adaptivity and high civility, but low intelligence, like those empathetic social chatbots. Generally speaking, in some casual or low stress environment, this kind of social chatbot is very good for being a friend. And also we have those kind of like doggy type conversational agent, like the Albert, who is with high civility but low intelligence and low adaptivity. An example is some conversational search engine, which is equipped with the proactive function of asking clarification questions. However, they may always ask clarification questions regardless whether the timing is appropriate, just like Albert always predicting the routes for their food. So we don't want this kind of aggressive, proactive behavior. And these three perspectives and also these 8 types of proactive conversational agents lie the foundation of this perspective paper. And based on this foundation, in this paper, we detailedly and systematically analyze the existing proactive conversational agents, study from the 5 main stages of building a conversational agent, including task formulation, data preparation, model learning, evaluation, and system deployment. And due to the time limitation, I will quickly go through the main conclusion on each part. And for the first one is about the task formulation. We can see that from this table, not all 3 dimensions are considered in the existing task formulations of proactive conversational problems. In this paper, we discuss how to comprehensively involve these 3 dimensions into task formulations by using several popular proactive dialogue problems as examples. For example, we can like the target-guided dialogues. From the original definition, it may become a co-sector or the helicopter parent types conversational agent. But if we want to involve the other 2 human-centered perspectives, we want this kind of target-guided dialogue become some personalized target-guided dialogues, which can consider the user engagement rather than being aggressive, and also customized by the user preference instead of putting a very strong restriction on the targets to achieve the target goal. So we want to reformulate this kind of task formulation into a more human-centered conversational agent. And the second one is about the data preparation process. We also analyzed several existing proactive conversation datasets. We realized that there are several issues on the current data preparation scheme regarding the human-centered perspectives. And for those dialogue collection from real-world data, it may raise some ethical concerns and quality issues due to the nature of data in the internet. And for those dialogue annotation with cloud workers, the user needs are typically fabricated, and also the dialogue pattern could be homogeneous. And also for dialogue annotation with those generative AI, they may lack of human intuition, such as human emotion and other human intuition, and it may propagate the bias of LLM into the generated responses. To this end, we also introduced some perspective solutions for handling these issues, including reflecting real human needs during the cloud worker annotation, and also adopt human AI collaborative data collection. So we can see that from the last talk, we also can see that there are actually some issue in the current data annotation process. And the third part, we mainly talk about the 3 mainstream human alignment approaches for model learning, including the in-context learning with human instruction, supervised fine-tuning with human knowledge augmented data, and also the reinforcement learning with human feedback. And then we take a widely studied proactive conversational agent task as a case study, namely the emotional support dialogues, and conduct the multi-dimensional evaluation on different human-centered model learning techniques from the 3 types of in the previous slide. And we observe that the methods perform diversely in terms of the matrix in these 3 dimensions. And it is also very important to involve these 3 dimensions into the model learning. And for the future, we think there are 2 perspective challenges. One is to evaluate the human-centered proactive conversational agent. The first one is we need some robust evaluation protocols, and also we need some customized evaluation frameworks, because sometimes we do not need all these 3 dimensions, so we need some customized evaluation framework for evaluating the human-centered proactive conversational agent. And for the last part, we introduce how to incorporate some human-centered perspectives into the system deployment. And here is an example from the conversational recommendation system. There are different kinds of human design for the user interface, such as language, or some yes or no question, or some multi-choice question, and also the comparison between different items. And that we also discuss how to improve the human-centered design by taking into account explainability, reliability, and controllability. And that's all for the talk, and here is just some summary, including the 3 dimensions of the proactive, human-centered proactive conversational agent. And based on these 3 dimensions, we talk about the 5 stages of the building a proactive conversational agent by taking into account these 3 dimensions. That's all for my talk. Thank you.